6:30 in the morning, Monday, May 30th, and we're back here at the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. I'm gonna be honest, after Alien Face, that was a really tough hike. I was gonna take a little bit of a break on these videos, but I'm out here in direct response to your comments, your questions, and some of the information received. So I really love the comments. Please keep them coming. We're heading back out there. It's going to be about 17-mile drive and then maybe a 4-mile hike to where we're going. And yep, that's right, back to Picture Canyon. I knew I'd return someday. So there's a few points I want to check out in there. There's a really deep canyon in there that's inaccessible. I haven't been in there, and it's rumored to contain caves and who knows what else. Maybe Kenny Veach is in that canyon somewhere. I haven't been in there because I don't see an easy way to get in or get out. But today we've got some rope with us just in case there's a tight spot we can't get out of. So if I can find a way to safely get in, I will. But as always, we're alone, so I'm not going to take any risks or get myself into something that I can't get out of. Finally, the most important goal we're going to do today is the MCave. So if you saw Kenny's video, you remember he pointed over a set of hills where he said he saw the MCave. That's where we're going. Some of you have commented, and there are videos showing that the MCave has been covered up or filled in. I don't believe it's filled in. I think that's a natural formation. I don't think there was ever a cave there. But my goal today is to hike out there, and I'm 99.9% sure I know exactly where it is. Once we get out there, I'm going to film it from all angles. I'm going to film it on high definition. We're going to see if we could chip away at some of that material supposedly covering the entrance and find out once and for all, is there an MCave cover-up? Was there an MCave there? Is it covered? I don't know. Let's head on out there and find out. All right, we just got here to the staging area for Picture Canyon where we're going to be heading out. Just a quick last-minute gear check. Ham radio, gator sunglasses. I really like these gaiters. Well worn and used, but they're really comfortable. I've had several pairs of Oakleys, and Oakleys are great, but these are favored by Navy SEALs and many special operations community members, and I really love them. They've got a great feel. They're durable, and great job of keeping the sun out of your eyes. And the lenses are really good too. Mechanics 0.5 mil gloves. Got some rope just in case we get into a tight spot we can't get out of, but I'm not going to take any really big risks. Backpack, we've got binoculars. Survival kit, I'm not going to read off the contents, but you can pause the video if you want to see what's inside there. Tourniquet, of course, water, freeze-dried food, so on and so forth. Camelback with a full water bladder, and of course, last but not least, J-frame 357 Magnum. So without any further ado, let's pack it up. Boonie cap, this is kind of a must for the desert. It's fantastic for keeping the sun out of your face. It's lightweight, and you know, keeps your head covered, which is pretty much a must. Boots, Solomon boots, these are absolutely amazing. Super comfortable, great support. I love them. Really comfortable to hike in. 511 tactical pants. I wear these military style tactical pants because they've got tons of pockets. They're really comfortable. Fantastic movement, extremely lightweight, but even more lightweight and comfortable than military BDUs I wore so many years ago. But yeah, I really like them a lot. And this massive t-shirt, it's a military style t-shirt. It's got tons of pockets for like a mobile phone, GoPro batteries. The chest area is like almost like a neoprene material, so it's lightweight when you're wearing a backpack, and these sleeves are heavyweight, so when you brush up against branches and stuff, it offers some degree of protection. So the fact this military gear is just really incidental. It's fantastic gear that really works for me. So that's where we're going. It's the 1.5 mile and 3/4 hike to Picture Canyon. It's not an easy hike, but it's about 65 degrees with some wind, so it really is ideal for hiking out here. So let's get started and head out to Picture Canyon and see some of these points. We're going to be going slightly beyond Picture Canyon to where this rumored MCave cover-up is, and once we get out there, I'm going to get some high resolution video and see what it actually is. If it is a covered MCave, but I'll let you be the judge. I don't think it is, but we're going to find out once and for all today if there is a covered up MCave out there. You saw this piece of foil here, so I wanted to walk over and show you what it is. This is like a party balloon, and you see these out here quite frequently. So if you see things, a color foil trash like this, it's a party balloon that's obviously very old and drifted out here from the Las Vegas area. And you don't see a whole lot of trash out here because there's not a whole lot of people out here, but every now and then you do see those. Here's an animal burrow that's been dug by something much bigger than a mouse, so maybe, I don't know, rabbit or something. Anyway, something's in there, covered with spider web, so maybe nothing recently, but just kind of thing to show you that when it gets hot here, the animals go underground to stay cool. But lots of desert animals seem to survive out here. Send me a comment, you'd like to see more wildlife and whatnot, and I do try to film every wildlife that I see, but the fact is, I don't see a whole lot of wildlife out here. You see footprints, like some of these footprints here, clearly something hooved on 4 legs. Some of these bighorn sheep, you may see them up on the peaks up there, but honestly I'm watching where I'm going, so I'm not watching up on peaks, and they're not going to get close to you, so it's going to be rare to see bighorn sheep out here. You may see lizards, field mice, that's about it. I haven't seen any snakes yet, knock on wood, and that's fine. But other than that, there's really not a whole lot of wildlife that you see. Not that it's not out here, it is out here, but with this wide open area, trust me, they're going to see you and smell you long before you see them. Here's another kind of a big spider web. You can see a hole there. And last time we were here, what emerged from this with a wolf spider, so I suspect that's what it is. Could be tarantula hole, but I'm pretty sure it's a wolf spider. That's what we saw the last time. And they're all over the desert floor here. You got to watch for cactuses like this out in the desert because they're everywhere. They're beautiful, but of course if you step on one, the spines are like needles. Walking on this slight uphill incline with hills like this that you got to kind of get up really kind of wears on you. So coming out here is always tough because it's uphill, but going back is relatively easy. Reading through some of your comments, some of you folks have asked, why don't I use hiking poles? Why don't I use the GoPro on a helmet mount or a chest mount? And the answer is, this is what works for me. I mean, honestly, I don't mind carrying the GoPro. I can have much better movement. I don't have to move my head every time I want to show you something. I can zoom in down here, 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 or here, or over there, without having to move my head too much. So it's a little more comfortable for me. And if something happens, it's on a tether, so I just drop it and pick it up again. Easy. When you're out here hiking, you've got to have really good gear, but you've got to do what's right for you, what feels comfortable for you, because if you're not comfortable hiking, you're not going to enjoy it. Here's an old can I haven't seen before. Back in the day, everything used to come in a can. So this has clearly been here a while. Strange that it's out here, there's really no mines or civilization in this area, and I don't remember passing this before. But finding trash or debris out here, at least in this area of the desert, is somewhat rare. This section right here, we've got to go down and come back up. So it's a little tricky, a little more technical, and a little more difficult, but it's fine. We're almost there. You can see these sheer cliff faces. There are some little pocket caves there that you can probably get up to, but most of these don't go in very far. Now on top of these hills, on top of these cliffs, there is a good amount of flat land up there. So honestly, if you're gonna find Kenny, I suspect that's where you'll find him. He found a way up there, or somehow he's up there, or his body is, and that's where I suspect he would be, is some of these far off remote areas that most people just don't ever go to. But where we're going today is the end of Picture Canyon, where that purported MCave is, and we'll see once and for all if there is a sealed up MCave there or if it's just a natural rock formation. Well, here's something interesting. The carcass of some kind of a beetle. I don't know what kind it is, but it looks fairly large. And usually dead bugs and whatnot are eaten by animals, but this one here looks like it's been dead for a while, and just kind of sitting there. It's probably about the length of, I don't know, you can see to scale there how big it is to my finger. But yeah, it's strange, you don't see animal carcasses out here that get eaten by other animals out here usually. This is one of the hazards that you gotta watch for on the trail. So it's a easy way to pass between these two rocks. Nice pathway there. But as you can see in the video, there's a huge spider web across these rocks. And huge spider webs are made by huge spiders. And huge spiders can hitch a ride on your clothing. So if you see webs like this, avoid them like the plague. There's that metal pole we saw before. Like I said, you don't see a whole lot of trash out here, or really old stuff. So it's not sure why it's here or how it got here, but it's here. And we're almost to Picture Canyon. Ah, the solitude of Picture Canyon. It's interesting to note a lot of the desert blooms that we saw a few weeks ago out here are now gone. Summer's approaching, and it's almost June. So this nice weather we're enjoying is not going to last much longer, so let's enjoy it while we can. There is a certain peacefulness to coming out here, so when you come out alone, it's dangerous, yes, I know, but it's also peaceful. The solitude, I mean, it really recharges your soul. Just this silence, being out here by yourself without any outside influences, electronics, people talking or anything. It's just you and nature, and it really is almost a religious experience. Just want to show you real quick inside here, Picture Canyon. This extremely rugged hillside here, that's almost vertical. There's some big huge rocks to get over, a lot of loose rocks, shrubs and brush. Almost looks like a rock slide, but it's doable. It's difficult, but it's doable, and I'm not going to do it today because it would it's just too much exertion. We got certain points that we're here to look at, and this isn't one of them. But I've always said and theorized that if Kenny's to be found, he's going to be found up high up there somewhere, and climbing to the top of this hillside, that could be a location where he could have climbed up there and just not gotten down. So yeah, drone would be fine. Would be even great for getting up there, but we don't have one. You can't use them out here, and I'm just saying this is a situation where drone would be perfect to get up there and find out what's up there, but that's just not a luxury we have at this time. Little pocket cave there. I'm not going to go up to it. We checked that out on the Picture Canyon video, and there was a big old black widow in there, but the cave doesn't go in more than a foot or so, so we're just going to bypass that and keep on going. That rock outcropping, I think it was the first, maybe the second. No, it was the Death Hike 1 video. Pretty much focuses on climbing up that rock cropping, that hill, and it's pretty grueling. But it's kind of a nice view up there. A lot of hoof prints. So I think that's a place where bighorn sheep bed down for the night. But yeah, a lot of interesting spaces up on top of these hills. Just really grueling to get up to them, and there's no reason to exert yourself if there's nothing up there. So we're going to press on to those locations we have mapped out and see if there's anything to these rumors. Been hiking for 2 miles so far, about an hour, and we're well into Picture Canyon. We've got a little bit more ways to go. So this is Picture Canyon is well known as being one of the areas that Kenny Veach hiked through. My theory about the MCave is a lot of folks online have mapped out this area and supposed locations for the MCave. My belief is it's somewhere in the area of Picture Canyon, probably towards the end, and that's where we're going right now. This little rock outcropping here, we've been through here before. Not really a cave, it's much of an outcropping. Got a little ways to go before it starts getting really rugged and we'll have to do the climbing. And then once we're at a Picture Canyon, we'll start looking for that Portage MCave, which is at ground level, and it is in the location that Kenny Veach pointed to. So we'll see if it's been sealed up or if it's a natural rock formation. But looking at these rocks, some of these don't really look natural. I mean, look at the lines on them, look at the markings. Some don't look natural, but I can assure you they are. Seeing a lot of animal dropping. Oh shit. My backpack shifted. I thought something was coming up behind me. I'm seeing a lot of animal droppings here in Picture Canyon. And so it's clear this is a place where animals come through frequently. Now this is coyote, I'm assuming. Mountain lions are cats which bury their crap. Coyotes are like dogs which don't. So more than likely there is animals through here, but they're not active during the day as much as they are at night. So this is one of the narrow parts of Picture Canyon. And I'm going to be honest, for this trip, I feel a little strange, almost like I'm being watched or something's about to happen, just kind of a weird gut feeling I have. So yeah, almost like something else is out here. It's just kind of a weird feeling, and it may be nothing, but it's just I just have a strange feeling this time, so I'm going to be a little more alert than usual. If you see or hear something by all means, mention in the comments. But Yeah, like I said, I didn't feel like this before today. It just feels strange, like something's around the corner gonna jump out at me or something. I don't know. So I'm just gonna, like I said, try to stay a little more alert than usual as I come through here. I don't know. A few times in my life when I had a strange feeling or a bad feeling about something, it was usually spot on. So I'm just gonna stay alert, see what I see out here. Shifting I shifted the GoPro to my left hand, my non-dominant hand, just in case I need to grab my revolver really quickly. I'm just keeping my eyes open to see what's around the corner, what's around the next step, and hopefully it'll be a uneventful day. But like I said, just kind of a strange feeling today that something's out here or something's about to happen. So far it's all quiet. Alright, here in Picture Canyon, this is one of the obstacles that we've got to get over. And we should be able to climb over these rocks here. I don't see anything in here that doesn't really go in more than a couple of feet. And I see spider webs, so we'll avoid that. So let's get up over this rock. Ugh. Okay, shit. We did it before, we could do it again. Okay, we're over. That's it. Okay. This is where we're gonna have to climb up, but this is the inaccessible part of Picture Canyon. I'm gonna just take a look over here. Okay, here's a little kind of cave that we're gonna explore. Coming back, I have no worries that we'll get down this, so if we can get in that canyon, I will, but I just don't think I can safely get up here. Now, I don't have the media mod, the GoPro to check inside this cave, but what I do have, pull it out here real quick, is Streamline ProTac. Good enough. So let's turn on the flashlight, see what's in here. Okay, so we got a cave. There's a cave in there. Can you see it? Some spider webs. We're not going in there, but I'll be damned if there isn't a cave. Yeah, it goes in maybe 20 feet. Some ledges in there. It looks like it might be an animal burrow or something. But yeah, I'm not going to go in there, but you can clearly see that there is a cave. A small little cave. Yeah, that's it. All right. This little stream light is the best flashlight that I've brought out here so far. So, wish we had something better, but I think it'll be fine. All right, up there is an area that I'm gonna try to get you today to explore. I'm looking at these rocks here, and some of these rocks are like sandpaper, but I really think this rock is just too smooth. Our boots will just slide right off it. And if I wasn't bearing a pack, I could probably brace myself in between here and get up there. But I don't see anything to put my hands on, and it's just too challenging to get up there. But I'll tell you what, if we do get up there, we could slide right down there. And it's not that far, it's about maybe 15 feet. And I definitely think sliding down there is doable. So I don't think we'll get trapped. So I'm gonna have to come up way up there and climb up and go around. And if I can look down or find an easy way inside there, I'm going to, because I think there may be some interesting things in there, caves, or hell, maybe even Kenny's body, I don't know. So we'll try to do that. So we'll backtrack a little. So now, and I'm not going to film this because our picture canyon video, I filmed climbing over this rough stuff, so you know how dangerous it is if you watch that picture canyon video. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb up here, go over, look into that canyon. I'm going to look all around, see if there's a way to get in there. And if there is a safe way to get in there, we'll explore it. Otherwise, we're going to keep going through Picture Canyon, get to that purported MCave, and see if it is something sealed up or if it's a natural geological formation. Like I said, I've climbed up this before, and the dangerous part about doing it again is one thing: overconfidence. You've got to really be safe climbing up this stuff, maintaining 3 points of contact, not being overconfident, like, oh, I've done this before, it's no big deal. Well, you could do it 100 times and you make one mistake and it's all over and you're tumbling down the end of the valley, and that's not going to be a good thing. So you've got loose rocks, and you just got to be careful that you don't slip navigating this rough stuff. And that's it. There, first section is done. You can see inside that deep valley without getting too close. Yeah, it's a long way down. See how close I can get up here without actually falling off. See if it's worth getting in there. See how loose rocks, I don't want to step on this loose rocks. And I can't tell where that section was that we couldn't get past, if it's there or up here or where it is. I'm gonna try to get over here to this vantage point and see if I can see down there. Now this is the section where I turned back the last time because I said it was too dangerous and unstable. And I think I'm gonna turn back again and not take a chance, because I step on these loose rocks here and go sliding, and guess what? We're tumbling down there, and that's a long ways down. So I'm gonna try to come up here and go over there and somehow get to this spot right here and put the camera right in that valley and see if it's possible for us to get in there. I'm not seeing anything from right up here. You notice where I'm putting my feet, there's no loose rocks. It's not the most grippy surfaces, but there's no loose rocks. And worst case, I could put my foot on this rock that's not going anywhere. But yeah, this loose stuff there, it's an accident waiting to happen. So let's head back, go over, and see if we can find a safer point to get a look into that little valley there and see if there's anything in there. Cactus. All right. Careful. 3 point of contact. Alright, you can see this loose stuff here is extremely dangerous. One wrong step and we're going in that valley. So I'm going to be very careful and get as close as I can and try to shine the camera down there. And you'll see why I don't use the helmet cam. I can extend this several feet with my arm and see in tight spaces. So I'm kind of sliding down on my butt. I'm catching these rocks to make sure they don't move. And this one is moving a little, but still going to be careful. Loose rocks. Put my foot right here where I know it's not going to move. Getting closer. This is making me a little nervous, but we've got a relatively flat spot right here. Okay. Let's see what's in this valley. Yeah. A rock. Yeah, I don't want that to be us. Alright, just so you know, I'm holding the camera out with my arm just to see what's in this valley, and it doesn't look very big. There's not much space down there, and I'm gonna go over there and see if I can get in on those rocks. If I can get down here, I might try to explore this little area, but otherwise you can see what's in there. And I'm not seeing anything here, but directly below us, there could be a cave, you never know. So I'm gonna try to get down in there, but I have to go up here and over there and down in that valley. So let's, watching these loose rocks, watching our step, watching where we're stepping, moving aside these loose rocks here for a footstep, carefully climbing back up, and there we go. Now, let's navigate these rocks here, get over around the other side, and see if we can get in that valley somehow. Okay, we made it past the difficult part, and I'm looking here. It looks doable. It looks like surfaces we can step on, and I think we can get a better view in the valley and maybe even get down there. So it's a little bit tricky because there's some loose rock section we got to get past here. So I'm going to roll film this whole way and hopefully won't have any accidents, but I think once we get on those rocks, it'll be a grippy surface that, worst case scenario, we can get in the valley right there and continue on through Picture Canyon. Because right up there past that bend somewhere is a purported MCave. Let's do this. Okay. I'm on my butt, but my whole body's sliding on these loose rocks, so I'm going to carefully try to avoid these rocks and lift myself over while trying to maintain a 3-point of contact as much as I can, and get on this rock here that's got a grippier surface and much easier to navigate. But you can see it's still a little challenging on some of these rocks, but there's a lot of place to put your hand. Now this is a section in Picture Canyon I've never been before, so it's all new to me. But yeah, right down there is the valley. If we can get in there somehow, we will. I think I can navigate the side of this rock. I'm gonna try to do it the safe way possible, where I think I've got the best footholds. But yeah, there's, you can see in the valley right there. I don't think there's anything in there, but if we can get closer, get in there, we'll take a look, just because we haven't been in there before. All right, so yeah, this helmet cam would have been good here, because here I'm maintaining a 4-point, actually a 5-point of contact if you count my butt on the rocks. And slowly and deliberately moving, step by step. Plenty of grip on this rock, sandpaper, and there. We've done that section. So now it should literally be, to get out of here, a hop, a skip, and a jump. And that's it. That's all there is to it. One more small jump here. And we made it. All right. Interesting. I'm not going to get in there, because once we do, it's going to be a challenge to get out of. And I'm pretty sure I can get out the other way, but I'm seeing in here, I'm not seeing anything obvious. Just trying to think, if I get in there, worst case scenario, how I can get out. I'm pretty sure I can slide down the other way, but I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to go in there if I think there's any possibility I won't be able to get myself out. So here, maybe I can climb up, possibly, and if I could somehow anchor that rope out here, not on this dead branch, but somehow, and put the rope in there, then yeah, it'd be a no-brainer. I could easily get out, but I'm not seeing anything from here in there. So if there was something interesting, I'd get in there, but I don't think there's anything in there. I think it's just a little area that's inaccessible. So let's continue on this way up through Picture Canyon and continue the mission. All right, this is the spot of Picture Canyon where it starts opening up. And other than a slight uphill incline, it's relatively easy. And quarter mile, half a mile, I don't know how far it is. But that purported MCave is up here, and I know, like I said, 99.9% sure I know where it is. So let's head up there, and once we get there, we'll get a good look at everything and see if there's anything to it. So as always, keep your eyes open. If you see something I don't mention in the comments, I love your comments. Keep them coming, good or bad, I don't care. I've had some cruel comments, I've had some awesome comments, but overall, overwhelmingly, you guys like these videos, so I'm gonna keep making them and keep commenting because I love the feedback, and it really helps shape the things that I do out here. And the whole reason we're out here today is because of your comments and some of the things you saw. So if you see something I don't, mention the comments, and let's get up here to this cave and see if there's anything else to see. 50 miles or so north of Las Vegas, and then about a 3-mile or so hike into the sheep range of the Desert National Wildlife Refuge. A man named Kenny Veach disappeared, I think about 14 years ago, never been found. He hiked the same path. He came from Picture Canyon, and yes, he was standing in this spot somewhere. Personally, I think he could have hiked up there to the high ground, and somehow that's where his body will be found if he is still out here. If you have not watched the Missing 411 series, I strongly suggest you do. It's really interesting documentaries about people who have disappeared in national parks, and then strangely their remains, or part of their remains, are found a year or 2 years later, and usually in remote, hard to get to places that they couldn't have possibly got to themselves. So watching those videos really changed my perspective on whether or not Kenny Veach disappearance was real or intentional or accidental, or what may have happened to him. So to this date, Kenny has not been found, and nobody knows what happened to him. In his last video, he mentioned a cave, a strange cave, of course, that he walked up to, and his body got a really weird feeling, vibrating. And the closer he got to the cave, the more his body was vibrating. He came back to try to find the cave, and he didn't in this video. And then some other folks, of course, called him out on it, so he came out one more time, and that's when he never came back. Now, the video Kenny made was right over those hills there. That's where the mine is, right over those hills. And the area he pointed, where this cave was, is right where we're standing. Now, some other YouTubers have been out here, so they found the cave, and then it's covered up. So the cave they're talking about is right there. That's it. So Kenny said this was about ground level. That is about ground level. Some other folks said it was covered up. It does look like somebody may have covered up the cave with some rocks. So what we're going to do now, we're going to walk up close to this. We're going to check out that material. We're going to look in every nook and cranny and see if there's a cave in there. I don't see an M-shaped cave that is about ground level, about the height of a person, maybe a little shorter. But if you look here geologically, this is not where I would expect to find a cave. It just isn't. Now you could see some small pocket caves there, so if you know where those caves are, it kind of gives away the location. But geologically, I don't think this is a covered up M cave. We're going to look at it from all angles, and we're going to carefully examine this. Now let's look over here and look up here. Does this go in the side of this kind of little hill here? I don't think so. Let's take a look at these rocks. Now it certainly looks like somebody could have put them here. However, they fit perfectly, and that's kind of what I suspected. Look at the lines here. See how the lines go up kind of diagonally? If somebody put these here, you wouldn't have these perfect lines. They would fit together, but not this perfectly. So these aren't really lines, or more than cracks. We're going to come around here, and it looks like there's some lighter material there, and that could be the cave, and these rocks have been put up there. But what I think, the lighter material may have been some rocks, and you could see right here where a piece is kind of broken off to the material there. So this is what somebody would have covered the cave with. And as you can see down here, it's the same kind of rock, hard rock, that's fallen off from up here. Here's another piece right there that looks like it's fallen off. You could see some like plant life growing there, and coming up a little bit further, there's a crack. I don't know if you can see inside there. See the spider web moving? I don't really see any air coming out. Let's come around the other side and see if we could see anything else. Here's the covered up M cave from a different angle. it looks completely natural. The rocks covering this, it's not even in the shape of an M. If anything, it's in the shape of an A. So the rocks covering this, they match the rest of the side of this hill here. Let's come over here on top of it. See from this angle, looking down on it. I mean, yeah, it's about ground level, but look at these rocks. I mean, it's clear this is not covered up. This is a crack. This isn't where somebody put material here. Can you see it? And relative to my foot right there, this is a crack. That's not material that somebody put and covered up a cave here. Let's come up even further and see. I just don't think this is a covered up cave. I really think it's a natural formation. But when you're down there, it may appear covered up. See, it looks like somebody covered it up. Look, I want to believe as much as you do that there's a strange cave out here, or that somebody covered up a strange cave. But the thing is, and I'm no geologist, but it looks natural. I mean, the exposed areas look like where rocks have fallen off. You can see down here where rocks have fallen off. But I don't think this is abnormal or unnatural at all. And this material, I mean, this is solid rock, and it's the same kind of rock that's around here. I mean, look up there, same kind of rock. I don't think this is a covered M cave. I just don't think this is it. I watched Sean Horlicher's video. I watched Kenny's video. This is the spot that they pointed out to, because it's right by those 3 little caves. So this is the spot in their video, and I just don't think that this is a cave that's been covered up. And even if it was, it's not in the perfect shape of an M. It is in exactly the right location where Kenny said it would be, but I just don't think this is it. And I don't think it's been covered up. It really looks natural to me. So, I mean, like I said, just take a look. Yeah, I just don't see it being an M cave. We're gonna look around a little bit more, but as far as there being an M cave cover-up, I don't think this is it. And geologically, I don't think this supports a cave being here. So real quick, fringe theories. I'm a realist. You watch my videos, you know that I take the logical explanations for things. I'm not saying the paranormal, supernatural doesn't exist, but I just haven't seen hard evidence for it. So just for the fringe theories out there, say this is a cover-up. Say this cave is covered up and somehow, and it's open at certain times, and it's a portal to a different dimension that somehow Kenny walked through. I don't see how this could be covered up. I don't see a material or where this could have somehow been covered up. I think it's completely natural. So any fringe theories, I think as far as there being covered up M cave, I don't think that's possible. And I think you'll agree by watching the video that I just don't think that's possible, that there was a covered up M cave. But somewhere out here in this valley, over those hills of the mine, I believe, but somewhere in this valley is where Kenny pointed the M cave to be, and I don't see it out here. And I don't think we're going to walk up there much further. There's not much point in it. And if you see these small rolling hills, geologically, that's not where I would expect to find a cave either. Something like this, you see small caves that, cavities pretty much, they don't really go in. Geologically, this is where I would expect to see a small cave. Something like this. So if there was an M cave, it'd be like a flat surface hill right here like this. Not small rolling hills over there. You're not going to see a cave. Caves that go in any distance, I would expect to see them higher up. Usually near large rock formations, maybe up there or something. There are some caves that you saw in our Picture Canyon video we went in. That's, I think, further down there somewhere. They do go in a little bit ways, but those are quite a climb to get to. So, yeah, that's it. M cave cover up. I'm gonna call this one and say no. There's no covered up M cave. You look at it right there. You saw it up close. I don't see anything. So let's head back to Picture Canyon. Now, if you look up there to those rocks, you can see some crevices. We climbed up there on our M cave video, and yes, there is some caves. They do go in about 20 feet, and that's geologically where I would expect to find a deep cave, not down here. So if you think that the cave is somewhere down here, I don't think that's possible. And if you've seen the footprints, there's many people come through here all the time in Picture Canyon. Maybe not every day, but they come through here all the time. Somebody else would have seen it, they would have filmed it, you would see it by now. I don't think the cave's the ground level, I really don't. So either Kenny made up the story, or he's mistaken, or it's high up somewhere. But at any rate, there is no deep M cave to walk in at ground level. I don't believe that there is. And as far as a covered up M cave, I think we just proved that that's a natural formation. It's not a covered up M cave. That's not to say that, you know, some side valley he may have walked up and seen the cave out there somewhere. But coming out here, I didn't use GPS. I knew exactly where to go. You know, I did my homework as to where it is, so I can only assume that Kenny, who hikes miles and miles for days on end out here, would know his way around a little bit more than to find that strange cave that he talked about. So yeah, I'm not saying he made up the story, but I'm just saying after all the hikes I've done out here, it's becoming less and less believable. The only fact remains is that Kenny has not been seen or heard from since the last time he supposedly went out here. Now, it said that there was nothing that geologically that supports the existence of an M cave at ground level. What you may see is things like this, but geologically, you can see this huge rock is right next to this huge rock creating a crevice. And that's all that is a crevice that goes in. Some of these big rocks have outcroppings, and if you look at the this kind of fine dirt on the canyon floor here in these kind of washed out areas, that's exactly what is a wash. So picture canyon, an ancient river created this, and these smooth rocks are created by flowing water years and years ago when it used to rain out here. And this kind of almost river sand, well, that's exactly what this was at one time, a river, and that's why these rocks are smooth. That's why you see little caves that go in, or not really caves, but little kind of outcroppings, because over millions of years, I guess the water kind of washed those out. So that's what you're seeing here. So I wouldn't expect to be I wouldn't expect to see a perfectly shaped M cave through here. Something like that for the M caves I've seen have been up higher. All right, I said I didn't want to come down here because I don't know if it's possible to get out easily. I might be able to slide out the other end, and I might be able to climb up these rocks here. So I think I'm going to chance it and go in there and risk getting trapped in here. As worst case scenario, I think I can probably get up here somehow, up these rocks, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to try to carefully get down there, and once I do, I'll show you what's in there. I don't want to come all the way out here and not explore this little area down there, even though there's probably nothing. But out here by myself, I don't take any chances. So I think I can get up these rocks. But I brought rope for a reason. That's why I have this rope out here. So it's not completely secure. It's twisted around these dead branches, which by themselves will move. But it's also under a rock over here and tied on some live branches over there. So I think with all the points that it's kind of touching, it should hold my weight to come back up. It feels secure, and more than likely that should be enough to pull myself up if I have to. So this is the way I'm gonna come down here, and I'm gonna get in there and see what's in this little valley. Okay, I'm gonna roll film for this, and not really rappelling, but we're just gonna use this rope to try to guide ourselves down here and keep a grip, 3-point of contact, holding onto this rope, watching where we're stepping, carefully lowering ourselves down here. Ways down, shit. Okay. Need my sunglasses there so I can get a better view. Well, may not be the smartest thing I've ever done, but I'm gonna carefully, I can make that jump right there. I don't want to put all my weight on this rope. It's gonna be very tricky. Just waiting for the right moment and watching where I go, because I don't want to jump and land the wrong way. Okay. I think pulling ourselves up, I don't know, but The rope certainly feels secure, like it's going to hold our weight. I just want to make sure I get a good grip. All right. I'm just real nervous about jumping down there. I know it doesn't seem like a long way, but from here it kind of does, especially if it's an area that I might not be able to get back up very easily. And I'm just trying to look carefully and make sure that if I have to, I can pull myself out of it with this rope, because the rope is a little bit thinner than I like to use, but it's just your cheap $5 Home Depot rope, but it should do the trick. All right. Let's see. Just in case, I'm moving my sunglasses here, put them in my pocket. Looking carefully, see where I'm going to land, and there's just no handholds here. I don't want to have an accident. Nope. Like this, maybe. And when I return, we're down. Whether or not we get out remains to be seen, but we're down. Alright. And I'll tell you what, thank God I put this freaking rope there. Holy shit. Thorn just tapped me on the shoulder. I'm glad I put this rope there, because it'd be a real bitch getting out of here without this rope. Alright, we're here, we're in this freaking canyon. Let's see if it's worth coming down. Well, that's interesting. There might be a way out too. But yeah. Let's use this rope and kind of do a light rappel down this rock here. I gotta have gloves on. Okay. Yeah. We're here. We're here in the inaccessible area. Now you can see there's several possible ways to get out of here, but we're erring on the side of caution. We use this rope to get down here. That's precisely why we brought it, for a little extra edge just in case. Is there anything in this canyon? Let's take a close look and see. There's a crevice right there that looks like it goes in quite a ways. Not enough for a person, but it's a deep crevice. You can see goes in a little bit, not too much. Spider webs. All right. This is the inaccessible part of Picture Canyon that I've always bypassed going over those hills, and it's a long ways down. Walking along, I'm not seeing anything here, but like I said before, look at the way this is worn. Clearly there was a large amount of water coming through here at one point in time, hundreds or even millions of years ago. So that's what created this canyon, and it just doesn't support the existence of an MCave. Up there, possibly, and geologically, this whole region doesn't support the existence of deep caves. But that's not to say they're not here. I've seen some that go in a little bit. All right, coming along here. Worst case scenario, looks like there are ways we probably can get up out of here if we had to, climbing up out of here. And if I'm not mistaken, over here somewhere should be like a slide to get out of here. Yeah, this is what we saw in the first part of the video. So worst case scenario, yeah, I could feel I could slide down there and jump out if we had to, so I don't think we're going to be trapped. But I do want to climb up the same way we came with the rope and at least retrieve the rope, not leave that out here. And this is it. This is the inaccessible area of Picture Canyon that's extremely difficult to get to. And I at least want to have a look inside here and see if there was anything interesting. All right, to get out of here, that I think is going to be too difficult. This I think is doable with the rope. And there's some rocks I might be able to climb out. So I'm gonna look at these rocks first. That might be the easiest way. If not, I'm gonna grab this rope and try and pull myself out of here. Yeah, if I can get up there on those rocks, I can crawl through that little crevice and get out of here. But either way, we've got multiple ways to get out of this area. But I don't want to get in here until I really knew what I was doing to make sure that I don't get trapped in here, because I'm not going to pull my phone out. I know I've got no cell signal inside these rocks, and ham radio, forget it. So if there's no way to get out of here, this would more than likely be my grave. All right, pulling myself out of this is going to be a little challenging, more challenging than expected. I lowered myself out, but there's just no place to get a good foothold to get out of here. I think if it's an emergency, I could do it. I have to lose my gear. But what I'm going to try to do is crawl out of here through this cave system. I'm just going to roll film the whole way. You can enjoy the ride while I do the hard work. Yeah, see if we get up there. I don't know why I didn't see this coming in, but at any rate, let's get through here. Maybe this way, let's see. All right. I don't want to step on rocks that I can't get a good footing on. So I'm trying to be real careful with where I put my feet. Yeah, this will do it. You see, I didn't see this coming in. There's clearly an easy way to get in and out without having to use rope. So there, we're out. Just a quick jump down here. Let's collect the rope, pack it up, and move on. We'll go out over those rocks the same way we came in. All right, we did it. We're out of here. We didn't get trapped in there, thank God. Cheap $5 imported Chinese rope from Home Depot. I wouldn't trust your life to it for any serious mountaineering, but I'll tell you what, in a pinch, it worked just fine. When we attached it, didn't just attach it to one plant. We attached it to one plant, wrapped under rock, and then looped it around another dead plant system there, which all three of those combined was more than enough to carry my almost 200 pounds rappelling down this rock into this valley. So let's go ahead and pack up the rope and get up there on a route we know is doable and get back out of Picture Canyon. All right, it's a treacherous hike over these rocks to get past this little narrow valley we were just in. And I'm not going to film it because we did this in detail over our Picture Canyon video, but it's doable. It's challenging, but we're going to go ahead and get over there and we'll pick up on the other side over there. See you on the other side. Made it up to the top. You can see a little valley down there that we were just in. It's a long way down there, but at least now we know what's inside there. And we just got to come down this this rough terrain area and get back into Picture Canyon. From here on out, it should be all downhill. All right, almost made it over. From here on out, it should just be a quick hop, skip, and a jump. And there we are. And that's where we just were. And that's the way out of here. So let's do it. About 4 miles, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I feel perfectly fine. Don't even feel a little bit tired. So I'm good to go. But we're heading out of Picture Canyon right now. And it should be, for the most part, mostly downhill. There's a decent sized lizard over there. I'll try to get him on video. I think he went in the bushes already. No, he's right there. I see him. There he you can see him in there. He'll move. There he goes. There you go. There's a little lizard on the rocks right there. They're fairly common out here, especially in the warmer months. They like hanging out on these warm rocks and kind of sunning themselves. You get close to him. He's not very big, but he's kind of cool looking. There he goes. All right, let's press on. This is just under some rocks, and I'll put the GoPro under here. Again, that's the reason I don't use a helmet cam, so I can just use my arm and stick it in here and look around. No matter how well you know the area out here, it's easy to forget where things are. You would think that Kenny would know where a cave that he could walk in would be. But as much time as I've been out here, I've never seen any ground level cave that you could walk in. I mean, there's little pocket caves, there's cavities. I mean, if they're the shadows can play tricks with your mind. All the big caves and stuff would be high up on the hill. And I would like to climb up that hill, but today I just think it's too much today. It really is. That would be a really, really grueling hike. Doable, but really, really grueling. So, like I said, I'll check Google Earth, see if there's anything up there. But I don't see any reason to climb that nightmare if there's nothing up there. So let's keep on going. Almost out of here. Where we gotta go is about 1.75 miles that way, back to the truck. So let's start walking through this open desert again and head back there. Now there's a desert grasshopper. You see these out here quite a bit, and they're jumping all over the place. There he is. Pretty common out here in the desert. There he goes. There's a massive wasp. And I'm gonna try to get him on the film without getting too close, because this son of a bitch would clearly hurt if he stung you. There you go. See him flying away? Shit. Make sure he doesn't come towards me. That thing was about 1.5 inches long, and I could still see him. He's way out there. That was a big wasp. Yeah, that's like a Tarantula Hawk or something. Oh my god, that thing is huge. I don't know if I've ever seen a wasp that big before. Yeah, I guarantee you, if you got stung by that thing, you would be in a world of hurt. All right, made it back to the truck. 3 hours, 36 minutes, just a hair over 6 miles, 1,100, 1,200 feet elevation gain. So that's about it. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and see you on the next adventure.